Once you open up Adobe Animate, you're going to want to do Create New. You can leave this on the default settings for HD, 30 frames per second. Hit Create. This is the default interface, but it's not the one I use. If you'd like for yours to look like it will in the videos, go to Window, Workspaces, Classic. The other thing I do is I resize my toolbar so that it's 2 columns. So we're going to go over how to do a motion tween. Just going to use shapes to do that. So I'm going to click and hold on the shapes and choose one of the shapes. I'm going to do a rectangle. I'll make my rectangle red. So I'll just draw that on here. Then I can either right click, create motion tween here, or I can right click on the shape and do create motion tween. Basically does the same thing. So once we do that, the first time you try and apply a motion tween to a shape, so we'll see that our object is a shape, that it says that it wants to convert it into a symbol in order to put a motion tween on it. So I'm going to check the box and hit OK, and I won't get asked that question again. Now, this thing that we can move back and forth is the playhead. So you'll see on frame 1 there's a black dot. That means there is a location set, or position set, or initial state for this object, the beginning of our tween. But at the end there's no dot, so there's no movement. If I were to move it or do any other change to it, then it'll calculate all the in-between points, and I can test the movement by pressing enter or clicking the play button, which you'll see says enter. Anything that we change will also get changed by that. So I can change the starting point. That'll update. I can change the size. It'll resize. I can rotate it, and then it will spin. I can make it go a different direction in the middle, and then it'll go both directions. Can even bend this line, and then it'll go in an arc instead of a straight line. Now to get something else to move, you'll need a second layer. So I'm going to name this one red box. It's going to say that you can't put spaces in a layer name, so I'm going to check that box, hit OK, and it's going to add an underscore instead. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to make this blue star. And since I checked that box, even though I put a space, it'll automatically rename it for me with an underscore. I'm going to put my playhead back on frame 1 because I want to draw in this blank keyframe. So you'll notice that this one is a filled dot. That means there's something there. This one is empty, which means that this is an empty keyframe, nothing is there. So I'm going to click and hold, go to my Polystar tool, change polygon to star. It's currently set to 5-sided. Change that to the color I want. I'll just draw one right here. Then I'll create a motion tween on that layer. Now if I were to move it now, nothing would happen because I only set the starting point, no ending point. So there's no dot at the end like there is over here. So I'm going to move that. Change it. We'll go ahead and make it a little larger at the end too. And for rotation, you can click on the layer and you'll see the properties of the motion tween, and then you'll have the rotation option. So I'm going to go clockwise. We'll do 2 spins, and then we'll see that it rotates 2 times. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to stretch it out to 2 seconds. A little bit easier to see now. Now to save this, I would do File, Save As. From Files, I'm going to go to the left quick select section, and I'm going to go to Creative Cloud Files. If you don't have an Animate folder, you can click New Folder to create one. Once I'm inside the Animate folder, I'm going to name my file Motion Tween. Hit Save. And that will save a file that I can come back and edit later. To turn into Canvas, I then want to do File, Export, Export Animated GIF. This window should pop up. You can hit the play button to test to see if it looks okay. It should be fine. If for some reason something's messed up, we can adjust the settings so that it looks okay. Then we're going to hit Save. And inside of the same Creative Cloud Files Animate folder, it's going to use our same file name, Motion Tween. It's going to be the correct file type GIF. And then we'll save that. Give it a second and it should save. When you open up the assignment in Canvas, you'll want to click Start Assignment. You'll need to do a file upload, so click Choose File. Go to Creative Cloud Files, Animate. You should see your Motion Tween GIF file. I recommend clicking the down arrow for more options and doing large icons. And then the one that actually looks like your animation is going to be the one you want. These FLA files are only going to be read by Animate. So we'll hit Open to open that GIF file, hit Submit, and then you're done.